Hey, what's up you guys, it's UBFire, and today we are going to be taking a look in the Liyue region where all of the Oculus is. I am not looking forward to this. This is going to be such a pain in the ass. Just look at how many there is in the region. 131 Geoculus. This website is going to be in the description down below. This website is super helpful. It can show you a whole bunch of things where the crystals are, mineral rocks are, materials that you need, even Geoculus. So we're going to be taking a look into that. So here's the plan. First, we're going to be taking a look at where all the Geoculus is going to be in this region. We're going to move on towards the mountain region all the way over here, going down to this part of the region into the lower part. Next is this whole right side, so that is the plan we are going to be doing. The first Geoculus is going to be in the entrance of Liyue, so it's going to be in this tower right here. The next Oculus is going to be right here near the mountain at the very top, and it's going to be on this rock. All you gotta do is just jump. Getting caught up in the moment with the mobs chasing me, I just went ahead and grabbed it, but I didn't show the location of it, so here's a close-up of the minimap. Take a deep breath and just look at the scenery. Can we just appreciate how beautiful this game is? Oh, by the way, the Oculus is right here at the very top of this mountain. Go ahead and fly towards the north. Into this lake. The next Oculus is going to be in the middle of this lake. The Oculus is located here at this house, and it's going to be under the roof right there. Up on top of the hills there's going to be a tree, and the Oculus is going to be on top of the tree. In the middle of this river there's going to be a Oculus floating. So what I do is climb this lamp and jump towards to get it. The Oculus is going to be located right here, and go ahead and climb onto this arc little thing. Have your main character on Geo just pop up a boulder, and you could easily get the Oculus that way. At this spot right here next to the watermills, pop a tumor at the side of this building. And you are easily able to get this Geoculus. Right towards the entrance to this secret cave, there's going to be another secret cave right here, and there is another Geoculus inside of it. Once you get that Oculus in that cave, head inside to the secret entrance, and at the very top, if you just look upwards, climb up, and there should be another Geoculus at the very top. In order to get this Oculus, you have to finish a certain mission, and once you do, you can then go further into the cave with a whole bunch of chests and an extra Geoculus. Heading back to the houses behind this waypoint at the Qingyun village, there's going to be a Geoculus at the very top of the roof. So near the area where you finish the puzzles, there's going to be a Geoculus in the middle of the trail. At this very location, there's going to be a Geoculus on top of a rock. Near this little waterfall, there's going to be a Geoculus located right in front of it. At the top of the waterfall, there is going to be a bamboo that you're going to climb, and it's going to be at the very top as well. The next location is at this hill right here. The next location is where you get the quest to get this oculi, so it's going to be in the middle of this circle. The next location is at these ruins. It's going to be under a staircase. The next location down south from these ruins is going to be on this little rock right here at the very top. The next location is going to be at this little broken tower here. The next Oculus is going to be in this little crack in the mountain right here. The next one is going to be under this bridge. Coming down to the edge of the water here, there's going to be a tree and a rock. It's going to be on top of the rock. At this location, the Oculus is going to be on top of the rock. Next to the waypoint to the right, it's going to be on top of a broken tree. Moving on to the Duaha Marsh is going to be on top of this little hut right here. At this isolated island, the oculus is going to be trapped between a wind puzzle. The next oculus is located right here. If you climb to the very top of the Washu Inn, there should be a oculus there. The next oculus is down under the pathwalk. The next oculus is under this bridge. The next oculus is at this very island right next to Washu Inn, and you're gonna need a wind type element to activate this clover right here. Once you activate it, there's gonna be a huge gust of wind shooting you upwards in order for you to get that oculus. Moving onwards back to the very top of the map, the next location is gonna be right here. We're gonna be taking the high ground here in order to get this oculus. At this location right here, on top of this very beautiful tree, there's going to be an oculus on the branch. Once you grab that oculus on top of the branch, go ahead and jump into the southeast direction. There should be another oculus in this middle of the island. The next oculus is going to be in the middle of this water here. It's going to be floating, so what you should do is bring an Animo character, activate this in order to reach the oculus. But seeing how as I don't have any Animo characters, all I'm gonna do is talk to this girl right here next to this beautiful tree, activate the trial test, and boom, easy peasy. At this little island at this end, there's going to be an oculus on top of a rock. The next location is going to be right here on top of the tree. The next location is going to be at this rock. Near Mount Aozang, there is going to be an oculus here, and it's going to be hidden behind the mountain. The next location is all the way down at Mount Aozang, and this is also a very great mining place. If you have not seen that video yet, make sure to go check that out. So here, the next location is exactly right here. So here's what you're gonna do. It's actually on the lower side of the mountain, so you can go ahead and drop all the way to the platform right here, and it's gonna be right there. The next location is going to be on this mountain right here at the very top. So what you need to do is you need to have an animal character, activate this clover, and you will be able to get this oculus at the very top. But me being a big brain, I'm going to TP here and I'm going to fly all the way there since I don't have an animal character with me right now. GG no re outsmarted game. The next location is going to be at this mountain. The next location is going to be right here on my pin. The easiest way to get there is if you go to Mount Aozang, and from there you could just glide off. Right as you pass this bridge, you're going to want to start dropping lower. And there's the oculus you need to find. The next location is between this mountain right here and this mountain right here. It's going to be in the middle. In order to get this oculus at the Qingyun Peak, you're going to need to do a little bit of a side mission. There's going to be an orange stone or in mechanism you're going to have to activate. You're going to have to activate it by turning these 3 chickens towards the stone, and once you get all 3 chickens looking at the stone, it's going to activate this huge gust of wind. You can take that gust of wind and these platforms will appear. You can then finally go on the island at the very top, and there is your oculus you were looking for. The next location is going to be right here under a cave. Flying or climbing to the top of this mountain, there is going to be another oculi. Once again, either through climbing or flying, at the cliffside of this location is where the oculus is going to be. Moving on to Mount Hula, once again, there is going to be an oculus on top of this rock, and there is going to be one off the cliff near the bottom part. At the very top of this little hut is going to be the next oculus. The next oculus is way deep into this hole, way deeper than your mom's. Don't ask me how I know. Yes, I fucked your mom. The oculus is going to be in the middle of this river. At this rock, there's an oculus at the very top, but it is very high, so go ahead and just glide off in that direction and you will be able to see the oculus. Right in between these 2 mountains is the very next oculus. Very near this waterfall at this location, it's going to be under the bridge. Going down from the waterfall, there is going to be a pitfall, and inside that pitfall is going to be another oculus. At the Qingyun Karst, the next location of the oculus is inside the water. Once you level the water just a tad bit, what you can do is you can actually fly above it and use your slam ability. Or you could just swim above it, I'm pretty sure. The next oculus is on top of this very building. So what you want to do is get on the side of a cliff or somewhere high, and you're going to want to glide onto the roof. The next location is at this house right here. It's going to be on top of the roof. Climb to the top of this mountain, and there you will find your next oculus. The next location is at this spot of ruins right here. At this spot right here is the next location of the oculus. The next location is at this very random spot right here on my pin. At the set of ruins, there's going to be an entrance into the mountain, and that's where your next oculus is going to be. At this little beach area, there is going to be a little house, and on top of that house is the oculus. At this side of the beach, there is going to be an oculus right here. Near the TNQ Valley, at this little back alleyway, the oculus is going to be right here. The next oculus is in the middle tower at the very top. At the Qingyun slope, there is going to be an oculus at a pillar. At the very tippy top of this mountain, there is going to be a tree, and on top of that tree is going to be your next oculus. At the Liyue pool, at this location, there's going to be an oculus in the tree. Near the set of ruins, the next location of the oculus is right between the broken bridge. At this cliff right here, there's going to be a 4-leaf clover. Use your animal character to activate it and you'll be able to get your oculus. At the middle of this ruin, there is going to be a tower, and you're going to climb that tower, and it's going to be inside of the middle of it. Just right down south of that, there's going to be a boulder of rocks, and you're going to need to break open that boulder of rocks. There is going to be a ruined guard you're going to have to defeat. Right at the top of this mountain, there's going to be an oculus there. At this cliff, it's going to be at the top of the mountain. At this location, there's going to be a little gap between the mountains, and it's going to be right there. At the very top of this building is going to be your next location. The next location is right here. Next spot is way out in the water right here. The next location for the oculus is right here. You're going to need an animal character. Once you do, you can activate your 4-leaf clover, therefore getting your oculus. The next location is at the very top of this mountain. There's going to be a little bonfire looking thing. You're going to go ahead and light that up. And that is how you get your oculus. Now, me being the big brain as usual, since I don't have a animal character, I will go ahead and glide towards this 4-leaf clover spot in order to get my oculus there. At this location right here, there's going to be a building, and at the very top of the building there's going to be an entrance going downwards. So once you go down that staircase, and behind that staircase is going to be a drop. Go into that drop, and once you do, you're going to be able to find the oculus there. At the top of this mountain, there's going to be a geomechanism. Once you activate that, there is going to be a path created right in front of you, and from there you could then get your oculus. The next one is going to be inside of Mount Tianhang, and you're going to be coming through this entrance or this little hole right here. Right down here, there's going to be a little secret entrance right next to the staircase. Right at this statue right here where my pin is, you're going to be seeing a little drop down here. The oculus is going to be all the way out here onto this ship. You're going to trigger a quest, and once you do finish your dialogue, you can climb on top of the building, and there's your Geoculus. The oculus location is right here. It's going to be pretty high up in the air, so if you can climb the mountain or TP, jump off and you can glide to get it. There's going to be an oculi right in the middle of the lake, but as you can see, it is covered in a lot of water. And even if you do drain the water, it is still being protected by a barrier. So you're going to have to solve the puzzles at the Liyue ruins. But before we even get started, there is an oculus right here at the very top of the ruins. So once you get the barrier open, all you have to do is just open the chest, and it's going to bring a huge gust of wind. And that's how you get your oculus. Inside this tower is going to be the next oculus. At this building right here, there's going to be an oculus at the very top. Right at this spot, it's going to be on top of an arc near a ruined guard. Woo, still got it, baby. Inside this hut right here is going to be the next oculus. Near Liyue Pass right here is the next oculus. This location right here is the next oculus at the very top. Right here on top of the crane is where the oculus is. At the Qingyun Pool, the oculus is going to be on top of a building. At this location, the oculus is going to be on top of the hut. The next spot is around this little circle trail right here. The oculus is located right between these two islands. At the very top of this mountain is the next oculi. At this island, the oculus is at the very top of the mountain. And finally, on this island at the very top of that mountain, there is one more oculus. Once you got this oculus, there's going to be a boat around this area, and you're going to go ahead and start gliding towards it. Once you reach the ship, you're going to want to go all the way up on the sail, and there's the oculus. The next oculus is going to be on this little island right here, and in order to get there, because it's super far, you're going to have to come to this little rock at this island near the boss. Once you come to this rock, there's going to be a 4-leaf clover. You're going to activate that with amino, and you get the drill, you go towards the island. Finally, moving on to the last section of Liyue. You're going to come to this mountain right here, and it's going to be at the very top. Right next to that, there is going to be a oculus in the middle of the water, or this pond right here. The next oculus is going to be on this part of the shore, and it's going to be on the very top of the mountain. You can activate this clover to activate a gust. The next oculus is going to be at this part right here on the docks. The next spot for the Geoculus is going to be right here off the cliff. The next oculus is going to be right here, and it's going to be all the way down the mountain. The oculus at this location is going to be inside of a building, and the building is going to have a huge hole on the side of it. Go ahead and enter, and it's going to be right around the corner right here. Right next to this boss right here, it's going to be behind him on a pillar. Super easy to locate. Going to the Qingyun village, at this house right here, it's going to be at the roof. The next location is under the bridge. The oculus is located at this very small island right here. So the next location is on top of this mountain in the Qingyun village. At this spot, there's going to be a little small architecture, and it's going to have a hole in the building. Going into the mine, into the mountains, the oculus is going to be right here. In order to get this oculus at this location right here, you need to be having an amino character. Use your amino powers and you'll be able to get it. And nothing too special about this one. All you gotta do is go to the location, and it's in the tree. The last and final Geoculus is in the middle of this lake. Oh dear God, thank you for being the last one. Oh, come on, finally. Oh my God. Oh my. Finally, we got all of the 130 Geoculuses in the Liyue region. This took so long. I've been recording for 4 hours and 30 minutes. This was a whole non-stop. I did not stop a single time. This was like one run, and it took 4 hours to get all 130. And to show you proof, this is 130. Yes, we finally did it. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe as well. If you have any comments, concerns, or questions, leave them in the comments down below. I'll be seeing you guys in the next one. Have a good morning, a good evening, and a good night. Peace!